Today we shall discuss Indo-European languages. And before I begin the session, you should know that it is from Indo-European languages. From the Germanic branch is our English language descended. So English language descended from the Germanic branch of Indo-European languages. Hence, to study Indo-European languages is very important. And as we move ahead, let us see what do you mean by language family. So we say Indo-European languages. It's like a language family. So we should know what do you mean by language families. Language families refers to the set of languages deriving from a common ancestor or a parent language. For example, Indo-European family consists of the daughter languages like Sanskrit, Greek, Latin, etc., which are developed out of Proto-Indo-European. And now next let us study Indo-European languages. Languages that are related such like that and have got some connection and got an common ancestor language is referred to as Pro-Indo-European languages. Languages in this group includes most of the European languages like English, French, German, etc. and also Indian languages like Sanskrit, Pali, including Hindi, Bengali, etc. Now I will show you the tree diagram of Indo-European languages, then we shall study it in detail. This is the tree diagram of the Indo-European group of languages. Indo-European is divided into Satem and Centum group. Satem group refers to the Eastern group and Centum refers to the Western group. Under Satem we have Eastern, Armenian, Balto-Slavonic, Albanian. Under Eastern we know commonly Sanskrit language, we have many of the languages that are of India, and under Balto-Slavonic we have Bulgarian, Serbian, Czech, Russian, Polish. Under Centum languages or the Western languages we have Italic, Greek, Primitive Germanic, Celtic. It is from Primitive Germanic that English is has descended. Under Italic group we have Latin, and from Latin it is developed French, Italic, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Romanian, etc. From Greek we have Classical Greek and Modern Greek. Under Primitive Germanic we have East Germanic, that is Gothic, North Germanic, Scandinavian, and West Germanic. Under North Germany we have Swedish, Danish and Norwegian and Icelandic. And under West Germanic, it is from West Germanic that we have our English language. Under West Germanic we have Old High German, Old Low German and Anglo-Saxon. From Old High German we have German, from Old Low German we have Dutch, and from Anglo-Saxon we have Middle English and Modern English. And from Celtic we have Welsh, Irish, Gaelic, Scots, Gaelic and Manx. I hope now the Indo-European family of languages, the descent of the modern English from Indo-European family of languages is clear to you. Now we shall see the similarities in the vocabulary of the languages that come under Indo-European languages. First of all, let us write Old English, then we can write Modern English, then we can write German and Swedish. Okay, so first of all let us take the Old English word stand. Modern English of which is stone. German language for it is stein, and Swedish it is sten. Next, ban. Modern English it is born. German it is bein, and Swedish it is ben. Now ham is Modern English it is home, German it is heim, and Swedish it is hem. The similar way one, it is ein and n. So from this, when we connect it, when we compare, we can see that this a is changing to a, that is in German language we have a, it is changed into a in Swedish. So this one way or another we can have many similarities in the vocabularies in Indo-European languages. So there are also many other similarities as well regarding all the languages that denotes the term father, etc. But the terms that denote father, mother and all may not be similar, but father itself, whichever other words are used in different languages, have got some similarities. We will study that later. Now we shall study the Satem languages or the Eastern group, which includes Indian, Iranian, Armenian, Albanian, Balto-Slavonic. Each one we shall study in detail. Indian. Veda or the sacred books of India are considered to be the oldest literary text that contains the Sanskrit language. Sanskrit language became very highly developed language quite early. In the 4th century BC, the Vedic Sanskrit developed into Panini, or known as the classical Sanskrit, in which the Ramayana, Mahabharata and all were written. Along with the literary language developed several dialects known as Prakrit. It is from Prakrit that the modern North Indian languages like Hindi, Bengali, Punjabi, etc. has developed. Now next we have Iranian. Iranian covers the regions northwest of India and the Great Plateau of Iran. The earliest remains of the Iran branch falls into two divisions, Avestan and Old Persian. Avestan is the language of Avesta, the sacred book of Zoroastrians. The Old Persian develops into Classical Persian and Modern Persian. Pahlavi and Baluchi, Kurdish and Afghan are the other modern languages that belongs to this particular group. Next we have Armenian. It is found in small areas south of the Caucasus Mountains and the eastern edge of the Black Sea. This branch was isolated very early from other Indo-European languages. Its vocabulary is mixed with Persian and Semitic words. The earliest document in this language is a translation of Bible around 5th century. Large admixture of loan words had happened from the neighboring languages, and which lead some people to think that Armenian language belongs to Iranian language. Albanian. Vocabulary is so mixed with Latin, Greek, Turkish, Slavonic elements that it is so difficult to isolate the original Albanian. It is spoken by only 1.5 million people in the northwest of Greece on the eastern coast of the Adriatic. It contains a lot of loan words. It is only at the beginning of the century that it was recognized as a separate member of the Indo-European family. Now, Balto-Slavic covers vast area in the eastern part of Europe. It falls into the two groups, the Baltic and the Slavic, which in spite of differences have sufficient features to suggest a very common origin. Now, the Slavic has developed into the modern Polish, Czechoslovakian, Russian and Bulgarian languages. Lithuanian, Lettis and Prussian are derived from Baltic. Now next we have the Centum group or the Western group, which includes Hellenic, Italic, Celtic and Germanic. Under Hellenic or Greek comes, there are four major dialects in ancient Greece. In course of time, because of the dialectical features became very negligible and the standard literary language developed. Earliest Greek can be dated back to 5th century. Works of Homer, Aeschylus, Sophocles, Euripides, etc. belongs to classical Greek. It is from classical Greek that modern Greek developed. The earliest literary monuments of Greek are the Homeric poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Now next we have Italic group. Language of Italy divided into different dialects like Latin, Umbrian and Oscan. Latin is the language of the ancient province of Latium. Political influence helped in the expansion of the language. Modern French, Spanish, Portuguese are the Romance languages. Which are the Romance languages? Modern French, Spanish, Portuguese. These are the Romance language as they have descended from the Latin, the language of Rome. Since they have descended from the language of Rome, it is referred to as Romance languages. It is not literary Latin, but the spoken Latin that developed into these languages. Expansion of the Roman Empire into the east led to the growth of Romanian, the easternmost branch of the Italic language. Next we have Celtic. Celtic we know is the most ancient language of that England can have. Earlier spoken in many parts of Western Europe, but now confined to some small communities of people in France and British Isles. Usually developed into three branches, the Gaelic, the Gaelic and the Cymric or Britannic. The remnants of this one-time extensive group of languages are everywhere and it is losing ground at the present day. Next we have Teutonic group or the Germanic group. This is very important. The parent language, because it is from this that English language descended. The parent languages of all Teutonic languages is known as Primitive Teutonic or Primitive Germanic. The languages descended from it falls into three groups. East Teutonic, the principal language is Gothic. This revision has disappeared completely. Then next is North Teutonic. It has developed into the modern Danish, Swedish, Norwegian and Icelandic language. It is found in Scandinavia and Denmark. And we have West Teutonic or Germanic language, from which English has derived, subdivided into Old High German or Old Low German and Anglo-Frisian. Old High German developed into modern Dutch. Anglo-Frisian was the direct ancestor of Anglo-Saxon, Old English and Frisian. Anglo-Saxon developed into Middle English and then into modern English. So I hope you have got some idea about all these details, all these languages of Indo-European. Now we shall study another further some points regarding these languages, Indo-European languages. For example, Indo-Uranian. So when we studied the 8 branches and all, when we study the 8 branches of Indo-European languages, we have to study Indo-Iranian. This branch has subgroups like Indian Iranian. Indian, it belongs to which it belongs Sanskrit and other North Indian languages and Persian. Albanian, it is the language of ancient Illyria. It is of little importance. Armenian, we have discussed all this just now. I am just giving you some additional details. Armenian, it is preserved as a literary language. Old Armenian dated from 5th century AD. Balto-Slavonic consists of 2 groups. The Baltic group, which comprises of Old Prussian, Lithuanian, Lechik, etc. and the Slavonic group, which comprises of Russian, Bulgarian, Serbian, Czech and Polish. Hellenic or Greek. There are several dialects of Greek like Attic, Ionic, Doric, Acolic, etc. But mostly what is most the present Greek that we have is developed from Attic and Ionic in the 5th century BC. Italic, one of the subdivisions of the branches in Latin, the literary language of ancient Rome. It is known from about 300 BC. The Romance languages, which developed because of the language of Rome, which developed from the language of Rome, is the Romance languages, and they are French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese and Romanian. Celtic, as I have already described to you, Celtic was originally spoken in Portugal, Spain, France and England, but it was later displaced by the later Romance languages and English. This branch is represented by the ancient Gaulish or Gallic. Next we have Primitive Germanic or Teutonic, from which we have the English language. This consists of 3 divisions: the East Germanic represented by Gothic, the North Germanic represented by the Scandinavian group of languages like Swedish, Danish, Norwegian and Icelandic, and the West Germanic represented by English, German and Dutch. Now we shall see this, like when we study a language, we can study it in 2 ways: diachronic way and synchronic way. Diachronic way means through the history. Synchronic, we can study the language of at that particular present time. Now what is this language family? All the languages that are related, like a family which have got some relation to is language family. And there are many language families in the world like Semitic, Hamitic, Ural-Altic, Sino-Tibetan, Dravidian, etc. But our concern is Indo-European languages. And Indo-European languages, we know the parent languages has been named differently, like Indo-Germanic, Aryan, Indo-European, etc. It was spoken about 3000 to 3500 BC by the nomadic tribes of Central Asia, and because of the long wanderings, this parent language was mixed up with other languages, other non-European, non-Indo-European tongues, and then all these mixture evolved. The modification of the original Indo-European happened in 2000 BC. And from which it is evident, like because Indian language or Indian languages have developed in 1500, so probably this variations, all this mixing up must have happened in 2000 BC. The Indo-European had split up by 2000 BC into 8 distinct groups, which we studied in the tree diagram which we discussed just now. and we have divided it into Satem group and Centum group. The Satem group and Centum group has its own differences. Satem group refers to the eastern group and Centum group refers to the western group. There are some sound changes that has happened in these two. This classification is based on the development of certain sound changes in the languages in the family, not in all, but in some. In the eastern branches, certain consonants have differences in their development from those of the western group. For example, this you can just listen. The Indo-European Vera plosive consonants k and g developed into sh and s in eastern group. Similar way, in the western group, this k and g retained as Vera plosives. Some like this, so many similarities have happened. The Latin peku became Sanskrit pasu, the Greek deka became the Sanskrit dasa, etc. So these are some of the changes that are there in these two groups. So mainly Indo-European languages can be divided into Satem group and Centum group, and I hope all these descriptions will be helpful for you to know the additional details of Indo-European family of languages, Indo-European language family. Thank you.